Well, we're starting a new segment today. It is Tax Tip Tuesday with Travis W. Watkins, tax resolution and accounting firm, principal and senior attorney with the firm. Travis W. Watkins is here to talk taxes, and today we're talking about how a local tax attorney can actually help you if you owe the IRS. The first thing that people worry about is, am I going to jail? Am I going to spend time because I didn't pay my taxes?
Yeah, we hear that a lot. We certainly hear, am I going to jail since I owe the IRS? And the short and simple answer is, yeah, they can do that. It's a pretty extreme measure. You would either have to be lying on a tax return, or it would be an egregious refusal to file a tax return. So that's the typical situation where somebody goes to jail. If you just owe them money, it's pretty remote that you're going to be going to jail.
It's always, too, along with that, coupled with that, is the fact that you'll still have to pay if you go to jail too. I mean, they're going to get their money no matter what, right?
Absolutely, and you'll have to pay a lot more on top of that with restitution and all the things that go with that. So yeah, you got to pay.
Well, let's talk about resolution and even getting that debt out of the way, or the burden of what you owe the IRS. When you hear saying pennies on the dollar, what does that mean?
Yeah, there's a ton of these national firms, especially, that say, "Hey, we can save you pennies on the dollar."
Right.
We've got these millions and millions of dollars that have been saved through. Usually, they're talking about the IRS offer and compromise, which is their settlement program.
Okay.
And those cases do happen, and we've got plenty of our own success stories. We settled one just last week. It was $25,000 in debt, and we saved. We settled that one for $5. $5 bucks. $5 bucks, which is just kind of cocky, really, with the IRS.
It is. That's a pretty big bragging rights.
It's a pretty big one, but those don't happen just a whole lot. The IRS offer and compromise runs off how much you earn every year, along with your assets, and then also the third component of that is how long do they have to come after you.
Okay.
And so all those things put together is usually the recipe for big savings with the IRS.
All right, we've been hearing so much changes are going to be sweeping the IRS. Still, they're not going to let you off if you owe the money and they find it, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're still going to need to be filing your taxes and paying them every year. And I should point that out too. When we're talking about these big settlements, these pennies on the dollar deals, you still have to pay while the IRS is considering your offer and compromise, for instance. And for 5 full years after you get an offer and compromise, you have to keep paying and filing, or otherwise all that stuff will come rolling back on top of you, including penalties and interest.
Kind of like a good faith kind of thing, that you're going to continue on doing what you're supposed to do. What would you say to somebody that might be having some problems with the tax and the IRS?
Yeah, the number one advice I think I would give somebody is don't wait. Time is not your best friend in most of these situations. So the longer that you wait, usually the more difficult it is to settle something like this. So don't wait. I mean, that's probably the biggest one. The other one is don't let the embarrassment and the fear that sets in, feeling like you're all alone in this thing, keep you from going to see a local licensed tax attorney like myself. I'll tell you a quick story.
Sure.
I had my own tax problem 15 years ago when I was a young lawyer. I had a big case, and I didn't have any frame of reference really there on how much to hold back and those types of things. I ended up getting a lien and what they call a levy, which is where they'll come after you. They'll come in your bank accounts. They'll also come after your clients, in my case, to say, hey, don't pay him, pay us. And it's a pretty tough situation.
I've always said you learn from those who have made the mistakes or gone through something. That sounds like you can do, so you have that compassion. Travis, great stuff there. Travis W. Watkins Tax Resolution and Accounting Firm. They're located at 2837 Northwest 68th Street right here in Oklahoma City. Their number is 607-1192. You can call toll free at 800-721-7054. Find them on social media. Their website is traviswatkins.com. On Twitter, look for @TaxHelpOK. Facebook, Travis W. Watkins Tax Resolution and Accounting Firm. They're also on Instagram. Look for Tax Help OK.